All right, welcome to the Sweet Talk. Today is Thursday, August 6th, 2020. I am your host, Kim Matina. I am a Google certified trainer and educator, as well as a technology teacher. And today I am going solo. So it is just me. And I have a lot of stuff going on. First thing is first, I want to let you know that this show is dedicated to Cami. Cami was nice enough to sponsor the Sweet Talk, and they will be giving out free upgrades to teacher plans just by watching this show. So toward the end of the show, I'm going to share a Google form link in the chat. And if you fill that out, I will send that information to the CAMI representative, and they will upgrade your plan for free. So you will have access to all the premium features that CAMI has to offer. So if you're here watching, please put your name in the chat. Please say hi. I'm going to try to manage everything that I'm doing. So you're going to have to just be patient with me. I see my friend Jason is here. I am so happy you're here with me, Jason. GTMS, woohoo! He is a fellow teacher that I work with at my school. So again, I will post the Google form link in the chat so that you can fill it out and get a free teacher upgrade to Cami. So I want to share Cami with my audience because during remote learning in the springtime, I saw a lot of staff needing this feature or this tool at my school, and I did give them some training on it, and I just wanted to pay it forward to the Sweet Talk audience because if there's a need in my school for an annotation tool, then I'm sure other people were looking for a similar or the same type of need. So I want to share with you Cami. So what I'm going to be doing is I am going to hi, Monica. Hi, Jason. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be flip-flopping back and forth between my screens. And if you have any questions about Cami, please put them in the chat, and I will try to get to your questions toward the end of the show. Okay, so first thing is first, I'm going to share my Wakelet. And Wakelet is another great ed tech tool that you should have in your tool belt, especially during remote learning or virtual learning. So let me share my screen because that is going to show you the agenda for tonight. Okay, so this is my Wakelet collection, and it's all about Cami and my agenda. So first thing is first, what is Cami? Cami is an annotation tool, and it's a great tool because you can collaborate with your peers or your students right in the document. So it'll take any scanned PDF file or any PDF file, and it'll allow you to annotate on it. You can draw on it, you can write on it, you can add comments, you can add shapes, you can add equations. It's a really great tool to have in your tool belt. And like I said, it will allow you to collaborate with your students. So think of it as a PDF file, and you're able to leave comments, and then your students can reply back to you right within that PDF file. There's a lot of reasons why you would use Cami. Me personally, I would think that you can use it in any class, but a lot of tools that you may find helpful could be like markup tools where you would just like highlight different information on the screen. Obviously, the comment tools is great for collaboration. A rich text editor, that's going to allow you to bold and italic different text on your screen in a text box. Like I said, math classes for math teachers, you can use the equation editor. And I've gotten feedback about that. And somebody did tell me that they did like the equation editor. that it offered. Again, you can insert shapes and different lines. It also offers text to speech. So this is a great tool or feature for special education students. It has a great accessibility piece to it as well, so that it targets that group of students. Um, Again, freehand drawn, you can insert images, speech to text as well. So students can say what they want to dictate, what they want to type, and it'll type it on the screen. And I'm going to show you a couple little things here about split and merge and the screen capture. So again, it does accommodate students for special education, 504 IEPs, anything like that. It's a great tool to have in your tool belt. Believe me, I really do like it. And cami is nice because it is privacy and data security. It is compliant with the FERPA, the COPPA, and it does have common sense education, student privacy privilege, as well as SEPA. Now, some people, they use Google Classroom, some people use Schoology, and some people use Canvas. Now, cami does integrate with all three of these platforms. Tonight, I'm going to show you how it integrates in with Google Classroom. So if you are a Google Classroom user, you'll be able to see some of that as well. And then these are just the different features that are in the free account and the teacher plan. I just wanted to add this in here because, if you don't get the upgraded plan, you're obviously you're not going to be able to have like the video commenting and the screen capture, but you can certainly still use the free account to annotate on a PDF file, and your students can do this as well. So if you just get the teacher plan, your plan will have the premium features, but your students will be able to use it with the free account. So that's a little bit about cami. Now what I want to show you is how you can install cami. So there's two ways you can get access cami. You can install the Chrome extension through the Chrome Web Store. And if I go over to the Chrome Web Store and just type cami here in the search bar, this is the extension that comes up. You're going to want to hit add to Chrome and then let it install. Once it's installed, it's going to show an icon at the top right with a purple circle and the white K in it for cami. So that's how you can tell that you have the cami Chrome extension installed. I would highly recommend using your Google account that you're going to use cami with to create your cami account and sign in with your Google account. You can also access cami from the website. So if you go over to their website, you can access cami that way. I always access it through the Chrome extension. I never really go through the website, but you can certainly do that as well. And it's asking me here to sign up or sign in with Google or with email. So you can certainly do that. In a minute, when I go over the live demo on my other computer, you will see the whole workflow under that account. So I am going to dive right into it right now. All right, so there's no need to wait. So let me stop sharing my screen here. All right, and I'm going to share my other device. Okay, hold on. Okay, so let's see. Hold on a second. All righty. Okay, there we go. So Now, what I want to show you is really how you can take any PDF file and open it up in Cami. So I did prepare today, and I'm hoping that everything works out the way I plan to. You know, every time you go live, sometimes things don't work out the way you want. So that's a downfall with going live. So just be patient with me. So what I'm going to do is go into my drive, and I'm going to open up one of these PDF files. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I usually right click on it and I click open with, and I get the option to annotate with Cami. So I'm going to open that with Cami. All right, and you can see here, this is my PDF file. It's a labeling activity where students are going to have to add text boxes and annotate on it to label the certain parts of the animal cell. And if you scroll down here, you can actually see here on the right side, it's one of 4 pages. So the first 2 pages are the pages that the students are going to have to fill out. And then the last 2 pages is basically an answer key. So later on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to remove the answer key from this file and show you how to assign it in Google Classroom, because we don't want to give the kids the answers. We want them to be able to figure it out themselves. So what I want to do first is I want to go over the interface here. All right, so up here at the on the left side, there's a panel here, and these are your tools here, okay? And I can collapse the descriptions, or I can expand it so I can see what they mean. Over here along the top is really your menu bar, okay? The first thing that I want to tell you is that every time you do anything in a PDF file, as long as that PDF file is saved in your drive, that PDF file gets saved just like a Google Doc would be saved. It saves it automatically. So anytime you make a change to it, it will save it automatically. So right here, this is basically the name of my PDF file. I can click on it and I can rename it if I wanted to. So let's just do, I'm just going to put copy. All right, and I hit enter, and you can see that it renamed it. Right over here, this is my zoom in and zoom out tools. This is an area, this open file folder is going to allow me to open up a PDF file. And I can open up a PDF file from my computer or drive. And there's different APIs that you can connect to as well, such as Dropbox. I can share this document as well, just like a Google Doc file. I can share this document with permissions, and I can select users in here to be added in here as well. I can print this PDF file out, okay? I can save this, so if I wanted to save it manually, I can actually save this, and it'll save it right in. I opened this PDF file from Drive, so it's going to save it in that folder where I opened it from, and you can see it says all changes saved here. I can also download it, so I can download it right to my computer if I wanted to, and that's what this icon does as well. It downloads it. And when you download a PDF file through Cami, you can actually download the original PDF file or with your annotations on it. And when you download with your annotations on it, it'll merge your annotations onto the PDF file so that they can't be deleted. So just make sure you keep that in mind. You may want to merge with all of your annotations. And then this is the 3-line menu here, and I'm going to go over this with you in a few minutes. But really quick, you can create a Google Classroom assignment in here. I'm going to show you later on the split and merge document. And again, you can rotate your PDF file if you needed to. If you wanted to show it, 2-page or 1-page view, you can. So those are just preferences there. Now, the best part of Cami is the left panel, okay? Because this is going to be where you can add comments. Kids can add their responses in here. They can comment in here as well. So let me show you some of this. So obviously the first option here is the select tool. So that's going to allow me just to be able to create a comment or whatnot. So if I click on the PDF file, all right, I should be able to add a comment right away. The dictionary is going to be able to look up the definition of a word for a student. So if, hold on a second, I clicked on dictionary and then I clicked on the word, and it automatically opened up the definition of membrane. So that's a great tool for students. Text to speech is also available. So if I click on this, right in this this menu or this drop down menu here, I get another menu that is basically prompting me how I want to proceed with this. So if I highlight this, okay, and I hit play, or actually, if I hit play, it's going to read the entire page. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear it because I'm video streaming, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear the sound from here. So let me see something. Hold on. Let me go back into here. Okay, yeah. Okay, I'm not hearing it, so it could be because I'm streaming and I have another computer set up and stuff like that. So, but if I click read the page, what it's going to do, it's going to highlight the words that it's reading for the student, and you can see there that it's highlighting it in green, and you can actually have the students listen to your directions. So isn't that a great way to target accessibility? You can also change the speed to that. So if it's too fast, you can come over here and the student can slow the speed down so that it's more understandable for them. Obviously, they can hit stop when they're done. They can go to the next sentence or the previous sentence. If it was like a long article for them, they can navigate through the article that way. So that's a really great tool. And this option is in the premium. I'm pretty sure that's in the premium version of Cami. Yes, it is. Markup. So markup is great, and markup is a free part of Cami. So students will be able to access this tool. And what it's going to allow them to do is really highlight different things. So if they needed to highlight or underline or strike through anything, they can. If you wanted them to highlight, I don't know why it's going a little nutty here. Hold on a second. I'm going to erase that. And I'm going to mark up. So just say, for example, you wanted them to highlight like vocabulary words. They can actually do that in here. So they would go to the highlighter, select their crayon or their highlighter marker, and they can come over and they can highlight. Oops, I'm not sure why it's doing that, but they can go over and they can highlight the words. And it could be because it's in a box. So let me erase this again. And let me go down. Let's see if I go to markup, let's just go to cell. Let's see if it does that. See? Okay, so you can have the kids highlight their vocabulary words or maybe different parts of speech words, and you can have them sort that out in different colors. So if you wanted the verbs to all be in blue, if you wanted the science words to be in orange, you can have them do that as well. So that's a really cool way of looking at this PDF file and really taking it apart. The comment tool is awesome because you're going to be able to leave comments in here for your students. So just say here, for example, I'm going to go to the text box first, and I'm going to add a text box. So all I'm doing is clicking on this line, and I'm going to label this part of the cell. So this is the cell membrane. All right. And I'm going to click again. And I'm going to, I don't know what this part of the cell is, so I'm going to cheat. And I'm going to go down here to this, let's see. All right, and then let's just say this, I'm going to say this is the nucleus. Okay, so I'm just showing you here the text box, and you know, the students and you can change the font size. You can also change the colors here as well. Now, as a teacher, all right, I can comment on this. So if I wanted to comment on here, I can leave a text comment. So all I can do here is click on that and then just click anywhere on the area where you want to leave a comment. And similar to Google Docs, it puts a comment dialog box in the margin, and now you can actually comment in here. So I'm just going to put think again, and look at this, there's a microphone here, so I can actually dictate my comment. So let's see if this works. So if I click on that microphone, I'm going to click allow, and let's see if I do text comment, click on the microphone, think again, and you can see that I can dictate my comments. So I know I heard a lot of teachers saying that they wanted to give quality feedback to their students, and it really took a long time to type everything up. Well, use voice typing, some type of voice typing tool or audio tool, and that'll definitely help with that, that time. So in Cami, it offers that. So that's a great way to actually use the voice typing, and you may even give better feedback because you're not typing it. You may you know, give different feedback or more detailed feedback because you're using that tool. But just always remember, it's doing the best it's doing the best that it can to dictate your voice. So just make sure that you review it before you before you submit it into the comment. So that's really cool. And you'll notice here that every time I leave a comment, a little circle comes up. Okay, so that indicates that that has a comment next to it. All right, so I can leave a comment here, and as you start leaving comments, these little icons can be different colors. So if you wanted to be a certain color, or you wanted Johnny to be a different color, you know, that'll end up happening in the PDF file as well. So that's really cool. The voice commenting is really the same thing. It's using the audio, so you can leave an audio comment, and you can see here that it's actually recording what I'm saying to you. And you do have a 5-minute limit on your voice comments. So that's awesome. That to me is a lot of time. And I'm going to stop that. And now the student can actually listen to your voice and hear your voice while you're giving feedback. So to me, this is even more powerful than voice typing, because you can leave an audio comment. And all they do is they come in here and they hit play, and they'll listen to your feedback. Okay. And if they wanted to, they can write a reply as well. So that collaboration piece back and forth is great. A video comment. Wow, look at this. So you can actually use your video to leave a comment for your kids. So think of this as like screencasting within the PDF file. So this could be, it is recording something, but because I'm video streaming, there could be why that it's not showing up here. I'm not sure. Oh, there it goes. So you can actually create a PDF file and think of it this way. Think of this as your little mini lesson, right? So if you're going over cell parts, an animal cell or plant cell, you can actually leave a video comment on every single concept in this PDF file. And that's your lesson. How awesome is that, right? I think this is so powerful because the kids can see you, they can hear you, and they're going to be able to know what you're referring to because they clicked on that specific part of the PDF file to get that video. So I think that is very powerful. And this is a premium plan included in the premium plan for teachers. So that's awesome. Screen capture. Now, this is even better because the screen capture is going to allow you to, all right, let me jump down to the bottom. I wasn't going to show you this now, but I'm going to. So when you're in Cami, you can add new pages to your file. So if I go down to the bottom here, I opened this file. So I'm going to add another page to it. And it's asking me here how many pages I want to add. So I'm just going to click one and make it a blank page. Now I have a blank page in Cami with all of these tools that I can utilize. And guess what I can use this for? A digital whiteboard. How awesome is this, right? So I'm actually getting off topic a little bit, but that's okay. I'll get back to what I was doing before. So if you're math, so I have my friend Daniela from GTMS is watching, and she is 8th grade math teacher. So this is for you and Jason. So this could be your digital whiteboard. So if you wanted to, you can create your own PDF file. Or if you wanted to, you can actually draw in here. So if I wanted to, let's see. If I wanted to go 3x plus 4 equals 12, I can draw on it. And then if I wanted to, I can actually use the shape tool. I can insert lines here if I needed to, and I can also use the equation editor. So the equation editor there's an option here in the panel that you can add symbols, or if you wanted to, you can add the equation editor in the text box. So I personally like it better in the text box. So I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, and I'm going to go up here because now I'm in the text box, but look, I have another menu bar for the text box. And if I go over to the FX icon here, that's going to give me a math toolbar. All right. And I'm going to be able to insert all these symbols into my text box. So if you're going over greater than and less than, you can put 5 is 5 greater than 3. And then if I wanted to, I can just put a question mark there. So you can add that in here. Now this part here on the panel, the equation area, does give you the same accessibility to the text box equation, but I just like using the text box because now it's just, I can resize it if I wanted to and manipulate it a little bit if I wanted to. So for me, I like it in there, but it's a preference. So how cool is this? So this is your digital whiteboard. So you can explain something to your students in here and use the screen capture. So the screen capture tool is going to allow you, let's see if it's going to work, because now I'm sharing my screen within Cami demo. So the video might not be as clear. So let's see what happens. So right now, I can actually have this equation up here, solve the equation while I'm recording myself. And this will stay as a comment. So if I hit done, okay, if I click on this comment, now I can move this little icon around the screen. I don't have to leave it where I clicked. So I can move it there. But when I click on it, it's going to show me the screen capture. Oops, hold on a minute. Let me share my screen again. So hold on, screen share. Okay. Okay, so what I was doing was I screen captured, I used the comment tool and the screen capture tool to explain to my students how to solve this equation. And the screen capture recording is right here. So they're going to be able to hear you. They're going to be able to see what you're doing on your digital whiteboard in Cami. So this can be a great little this can be a great tip for those of you that were looking for whiteboards over virtual learning, because you can do it all right here in Cami. And then it saves it as a PDF. And then guess what? You can put it in Google Classroom, and then that can be part of your digital notebook for your students. So not only can you open up PDF files in here, you can actually create your own, which is awesome. I think this tool really nailed it when it integrated with all of these different tools here, with all these different features. So I wanted to show you that. Again, if I wanted to erase something, I can click erase, and let's just erase the line. It should go away. Okay, so I do have the ability to erase something on the screen. If you were showing students about geometry, any type of geometry concept, you can add, you know, the shapes in here. You just click on it and you click and drag and the shape will be there. You know, you can manipulate it as well if you wanted to, you know, to add different colors or whatnot. You can also insert an image in here. So if I wanted to, let me go back up to my label in here. So here's my my label and activity. If I wanted to, I can add an image. Now, when you add an image, that is part of the teacher upgraded plan. So students will not be able to do this, but you can. So if you're going to create your own PDF files, you can certainly find an image that you want and bring it into a blank. Let me go down to the bottom. You can bring it into a blank page in Cami, and you can annotate it. So I don't know what I have here, but let's do this one. All right, and that's just a simple image that I had, you know, on my device. So you can take an image that you found, or maybe that you took with your camera, whatnot, and you can bring that all in here and use Cami as a digital whiteboard and annotate on it, so you can make your own lessons that way. Hi, Eric. So that's great. Now, what I want to do is let's go back to the chat before I move on. See if there's any questions. So if you, Danielle is asking, if you share a doc, will it save edits that you add? It should, yes, it should save it. It saves automatically, just like a Google Doc file saves automatically. So it should share and it should save when you make edits to it. And it'll prompt you, like it'll tell you up at the top that changes have been saved. Any other questions? All right. What I want to show you now is something that I think is going to be very helpful to you. So right now in this PDF, I have 5 pages, okay? And I really want to just maybe share um, the second page with the kids, okay? Because we annotated on the first page, and then the third page 3 and page 4 are answer keys. So maybe I just want to share the second page with the kids. So what you can do is take apart your PDF file. So what I'm going to do is click on the 3-line menu and go to this option called Split and Merge. And what this is going to allow you to do is really take apart your PDF file and reconfigure it. So let's see, hopefully this works. Okay, so it failed to load. So let me open up, and this was what it was doing before. I don't know why. I tested this so much today. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up a new PDF file. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to open with Annotate with Cami. Okay, so this is another copy of my animal and plant cell PDF file. So there's no annotation on it. So, and there's no 5th page to it, just the answer key and the 2 blank pages. So what I'm going to do is digest this PDF file and take this apart. So what I'm going to do is hit the 3-line menu and click on Split and Merge Document. Keep my fingers crossed. Let's see if it works. All right, continue to split and merge. No, of course it doesn't work because I'm live. All right, let's do another one. I did this before and I don't know why it's not doing it. So let's try this guy. Okay, so this is a totally different PDF file. Okay, this is about basically like the food chain. So there's 2 pages in here. 1 page is for the students and 1 page is the answer key. So let me do my split and merge again. What I should have done was recorded it when it was working, but you live and learn. Up here it goes. Okay, it saved me, thank goodness. All right, so I'm going to take this PDF file, all right, and I want to split it up. I want to split the pages up. So I'm going to click on Next. And you can see here that it brought in the pages that are in that PDF file though. So again, that PDF file only had 2 pages. And what I want to do is I just really want to take out the pages that I don't want. All right. So this, for me, this is my workflow, but for you, it may be something different. So right over here on this top row, this would be the student copy, and this would be the answer key, it would be the teacher copy. So here it's asking me for a file name. So what I could do here is rename this. Okay, and then I can rename the teacher copy. Let's just put answer key. Okay, and I'm going to export this out. Okay, so again, you have your formatting tools here. If I needed to rotate this page, I could, or if I wanted to delete it totally, I could do that as well. But again, our goal here is to take out the answer key so that the students only have the first page so that they can complete that activity. So I'm going to hit export. And I'm going to open in Cami just so you can see, but I can definitely download it to Drive or to my local computer. So just for time, I'm going to open in Cami. Okay, and you can see here on the bottom right, it says 1 of 1. and I only have one page. So this would be the page that I want to share with students in Google Classroom. Okay, so up top here, you may want to save this again because it looks like it gave it, when I exported it out, it gave it a different name. So this would be, you may want to name this. Now, so people know me that with Google Classroom, like I try to name things that I use the same naming scheme for my assignments. So you may want to name this cami file the name of your assignment that you're using in Google Classroom. So for example, I'm going to say, I'll just call it 002 predator and prey. All right, so now I know that's going to go to assignment 002 in my Google Classroom. Okay, and that should be good enough. And now what I want to do is I'm going to actually, I want to save this. So I'm going to hit save, and I want to upload this to my drive. And it should go into my folder called Cami's Upload. So anytime you upload a PDF file through Cami, it goes into a folder in your drive called Cami Upload. So just so you know, don't delete that folder in Drive. Okay, and you can see that it's right here. All right. So what I want to do now is I want to show you. Let me go back to my agenda. I want to show you there's the Google Classroom integration now, because this is going to be where you can use create a Cami assignment through Google Classroom. Somebody's asking, is this a separate folder for Cami and Google? Yes. So when you install the Cami Chrome extension and set yourself up with Cami, it does create that folder for you. You don't have to do that. So there's two ways that you can create a Cami assignment in Classroom. So the first way is going through the 3-line menu here, and you can hit create assignment. And when you hit create assignment, it's going to take you to an interface that looks very similar to Google Classroom create assignment. So it's going to ask me what class. I can, specify specific students if I wanted to. It's going to allow me to publish it right away or save it as a draft. Very, very similar to Google Classroom. And this is going to allow me to put a title in here. So I'm going to put Predator and Prey. And I'm just going to put Cami menu. So I know that I did this through the Cami menu. I can add directions, use the text box to label each part of the cell. Now down here, it's going to attach the PDF to the assignment, and it's going to give you the option, make a copy for each student, share one copy of the file, or and that share the one copy will allow all the students to collaborate within that PDF file. Students cannot edit the file. That's just a read-only file. So in the Google Classroom interface, the terminology is very similar. So the make a copy, each student would get their own copy. Students share one copy. Again, that would be students would collaborate within that one document, and then the students cannot edit file would be students can only read it. Okay, you can give it points. You can put a due date on here. Always give topics. Always assign your assignments topics in Google Classroom, because it keeps it organized and it's easy for the students to find. That's definitely one of my tips from my book. Is to create topics and to always number your assignments. It's so much easier when you number them. So I'm going to put it to the science topic. And you're going to want to keep this checked off. You want that on. Send cami instructions to students so that when students get this assignment, they know how to open that PDF file. So make sure that's checked off. Okay. Now I'm going to click assign. So now what it's going to do is it's going to post this assignment in my Google Classroom. All right, and I want to open this in Classroom so I can show you as a teacher perspective how this looks. So here is my assignment. So if I go to the classwork page, I go to my science topic. All right, here is the assignment that I just posted, and I have it so it says cami menu. All right, and it has the PDF attached to it. And here are the directions for the students. So the students are going to get this attachment as well. And all they have to do, and you're going to probably do this with them, they're going to add the Chrome extension to their Google profile before you even get to this point. So you're going to have them add the Chrome extension. And when they go into the Google Classroom, all they have to do is the same thing that I was showing you, is they can click on the PDF file. Let me go back, hold on. So if I double click on this PDF file, all right, up top here, they get this little prompt. They need to select annotate or open with cami. Okay, and when they do that, that PDF file will be opened in cami, and then they will be able to annotate on the file. They'll be able to hear your voice comments or see your video comments as well. And that's it, really. Okay, so here it's telling them to make sure the first time you have to allow Google to have access to your drive. They do have to select a role, whether they're, K-12 or student as well. And then when they're done, they see a little turn-in button at the top, just like they do in a Google Doc. So it's really the same concepts as in Google Classroom when you share a Google Doc out to the kids. It's just that now you're using cami, and it's a different tool that they're interacting with. So at the top right of the cami file, they'll see a turn-in button. And when they turn it in, the same workflow happens. The assignment is marked as done, okay? And then in your dashboard, you'll see that student turned it in. You'll see one here that student turned it in. And then you can certainly click on it and open it and see their work. So it's really not that much of a big difference doing it this way. It's just that you're just annotating with cami instead of using a Google Doc. So the terminology and the workflow is very, very similar. That's one way of creating a cami assignment. The next way is just hit the create button in your classwork page and hit cami assignment. Okay, so if you click create cami assignment, okay, you're gonna want to do the same thing. Okay, so you add all the information in here, everything gets sent out to the kids, and you're going to want to find your PDF file. So that's the only difference, that the file is not attached to the assignment when you do it this way. When you do it through the cami interface, it's already attached. Now, one thing that is really nice about this, and I can't show you because I didn't set up another workstation for students, and I don't have any students in my Google Classroom. So what you can do, which is nice, is if a student turns in an assignment and just say they turned in the PDF file that they gave you, let me stop sharing my screen so I can see you. Okay. So what's really nice about that is when you grade when you grade a cami assignment, just say, for example, the students gave you a PDF file and then they gave you, they handed in a Google Doc as well. You can use the cami tools to annotate on that Google Doc file. So it's awesome because you can integrate the same tools that you use in cami in Google Docs. And there's one trick to that. And the trick is that when you, let me see if I have it in my agenda. One trick is, it's called, you have to enable with cami, enable the grading feature with cami. So when you check that off in Google Classroom, let me see if I can find it in here. Let me share my screen again. So hold on a second. Okay, let me share this side. Okay, so let me go back into Google Classroom. Okay, so if I click on, see, I don't have anybody that turned it in, but let me go back to my other assignment. Maybe, no, I didn't do it in there either. All right, so if I click on this, I don't, no, because I didn't have anybody turn it in. There'll be an option for you to enable grade with cami on the gradebook and feedback tool. And you're going to want to make sure that's checked off so that you can use the cami tools to annotate in a Google Doc file if the students gave you one. That's the big question. If they attached a Google Doc file or even a Google Slides to your assignment, you can use those cami tools to annotate in there. I do apologize for that. I thought I had that in there, but I don't. So if I find it, I will add it into the agenda. I'd have to log into my school account to do that. So, but I will add that into the agenda so that you can see what I'm talking about and hopefully understand the value in that as well. So let me see. Let me go to share my screen really fast. So hold on a minute. I'm juggling like all these different devices here. Okay, so if I share my screen. All right, so I showed you how to create a cami assignment through Google Classroom and through the cami interface. And there's some additional resources here that you can look at. So the student instructions for cami, I went over. The grading assignments using cami, this might redeem me here. Yes, it does. Okay, I redeemed myself, everybody. So this is going to allow you to check off the option to grade with cami. So if you follow these screenshots here, you're going to be able to see that. So when you open up the Google Doc file and you hit grade with cami here in the grading tool, all right, that's going to allow you to use the cami tools to annotate in that Google Doc file. So that's just a great way of using the cami assignment as well. So it's just another plus. So okay, I redeemed myself, everybody. And that's it. Boy, oh boy, that was a lot. I did go over everything I had in my agenda. So I wanted to really go over the whiteboard feature and how you can use it as a whiteboard. And I wanted to really show you how you can take apart a PDF file and make it your own, so that if you found a PDF file and you scanned it in and it's 10 pages and you only want the first 3, you can take that apart and just create a brand new PDF file with the 3 pages in it. Another thing that I learned, and I'll show you this little quick cool little trick here. If you have an Android phone, okay, you can actually scan with your phone. And when you take a picture, just say you found a great article you want the kids to read in a magazine or a newspaper. Yeah, in a magazine or a newspaper, on a piece of paper. You could take a picture with your phone using the Google Drive app. And what it's going to do is it's going to let me open up the Drive app. So when I open up the Drive app, it brings up this interface here. And I can hit scan. And when I hit scan, I can take a picture of my, I don't know, let's just take a picture of, I don't know, we'll take a picture, I'll just take a picture of my board behind me. Okay. So I took a picture. All right. And I hit the check mark. And now it's going to scan it. It saved it. And look what it saved it as, a PDF file. So I can take this and I can save this right to my Google Drive. And then I can annotate on it within the cami interface on my computer or Chromebook. So you can capture things on your phone and it will scan it in as a PDF file. Now for the iPad users or the iOS users, I'm not really sure what app it is. It could be Notes, but I'm not really sure because I'm not an Apple user. So that's really cool because the kids can actually find things on their phones, scan them in, take a picture of it, and it'll get scanned in as a PDF, and then you can manipulate it through the cami application. So let's see. Are there any questions? Let me go through the chat. Yeah, so Daniela wrote, wow, cami can do a lot. I was wondering if I can share out a copy to each student and have them fill in solutions and be able to respond to me. Yes. Well, the students would have to have the upgraded version. So if we get a school subscription to cami, then the students would be able to use your teacher license, and then they would use cami as an upgraded license. But if they're using the free version, then they're not going to be able to see you. I'm not really sure if they're going to be able to see your digital clip, but they're not going to be able to create a digital clip through that capture. But that's why it would be nice if we did get the cami for the school subscription, so that all the users who are using it would be able to benefit from the premium features. I don't know what this person's asking me. Can I write comments on their turned in work? Okay, so yes, you should be able to annotate on their work when they turn it in. My friend Eric, students can film themselves in the assignment, right? Yes, if they have the premium version. So that screen capture through the commenting tool, they can do that. They can screen capture, they can annotate, or they can actually speak whatever they're learning through that tool in the cami. So, but we have to have the premium feature for it. So yes, they can definitely film themselves in the assignment if we had the right version for them. Notes, yes, for documents. What are you talking about, Eric? I'm not sure. Donna, is your school going to get cami? Maybe we all should ask. Yeah, maybe. I hope so. Oh, my friend Donna's here. Okay, cool. Donna from my school is here as well. So she's asking the questions. Okay. So those are some of the things that those are practical questions, because those are needs that that are going to come up. And if you're going to use Cami, you're going to dive into it, and you're going to really see the power of it. And then you're going to do more with it. But in the beginning, really just go slow and take it simple. Go slow, and just don't overwhelm yourself with things, because this year is going to be a lot to learn. It's like we're all new teachers all over again. On iPhones, yeah, so the app on the iOS platform to scan in a physical document or article or newspaper clipping, I think it's Notes. But you would have to confirm that with an iOS user. I'm Android. So let me get I am going to grab this Google form, and I am going to put it into the chat. And so let me know if the form is accessible, and fill out the form so that Cami can give you a free teacher plan for the year. And I also have stickers. So for my GTMS people that were watching tonight, I'm going to give you a sticker when I get to school and see you. I'll put it in a plastic bag or something. But I do want to thank everybody for watching. I really hope that this helped try to relieve some of the stress that we're all facing. And hopefully that we can just, do things slowly and keep things simple, so that we can try to, really be the best that we can be. If we start getting overwhelmed with all these tech tools and all this technology and things like that, it's really not worth it. So my advice to you is to really take it slow. Go through things and make them simple. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel. If you found somebody doing something and you can use it and they're letting you share it, I would say go for it. So, we're all in this together, and we all have to help each other out. So with that said, if anybody has any questions about Cami, you can also email me and visit my website, thesweettalk.com, and I will have this episode posted on the episode page. And you can also find me on Twitter at _tech_lady. And hopefully you'll get the subscription for Cami quickly, so that you can dive into it before school starts and get a little familiar with the interface. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I really appreciate my GTMS family for watching. And I'm glad that, you guys were able to get something out of it tonight. What I'm going to do is the Wakelet collection is shared on my website for this episode. So you can always go back into that Wakelet and go through those agenda items to refresh your memory. All right. With that said, have a great evening. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Bye. Bye, everyone.